of anything in any business is a massive problem because you have no replacement, you have no backup, you have no safety net. And the problem without a safety net is you're just so much risk to. There was times when I had to let a plumber go or an HVAC tech, and we had only one of them in the business. We would instantly have to go sub our work out. And then, well, now a new brand is showing up in the customer's home. Now this would be shutting all your leads off.
This episode is brought to you by 10X Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10X Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by Rakowski Law Firm. If you're a business owner or have built a level of wealth, but you don't have your estate plan dialed in, you're exposed. Rakowski Law Firm helps families and business owners protect their assets, avoid probate, and make sure everything transfers exactly how it should. This isn't just paperwork. It's a real strategy to protect your legacy. If you haven't looked at your plan in a while or don't have one, go to rakowskilawfirm.com. This episode is brought to you by Blue Collar Business Advisors. If you're running an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, or landscaping, or any other type of home service business and wondering where all the money is going despite growing your revenue, you need to talk to Paul Maskill. Paul has scaled and sold multiple blue-collar businesses and now helps business owners improve cash flow, profitability, and financial clarity through outsourced CFO services. His clients gain a better understanding of their numbers, build predictable profits, and create a business that supports the life they actually want. One of the things I appreciate most about Paul is he's not just a finance guy. He's been in the trenches as an owner. He understands the challenges of running blue-collar businesses because he's done it himself. If you're doing a few $1 million a year in revenue and want to stop guessing at your numbers and start building real wealth, head over to bluecollaradvisors.com. That's thebluecollaradvisors.com and schedule a discovery call with Paul and his team. Blue Collar Business Advisors, helping blue-collar business owners build financially healthy companies and achieve permanent profitability. This episode is brought to you by Corberry Digital. If you own an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, or home service business and you're tired of wondering where your next lead is coming from, you need to check out Corberry Digital. Corberry specializes exclusively in helping home service companies dominate their local markets through SEO, Google Ads, local service ads, websites, content marketing, and lead generation systems that actually produce a measurable ROI. Their team doesn't just focus on clicks and impressions. They help contractors lower customer acquisition costs, increase qualified leads, and build a marketing engine that scales. What I like about Corberry is they understand the blue-collar space. They aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Their entire focus is helping trades businesses win in their backyard and generate more profitable jobs. If you're looking to grow your business, improve your online visibility, and build a marketing system that works, visit Corberry.com and schedule a strategy session with their team. That's Corberry.com. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast. This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team. What's up, everybody? This episode is sponsored by ExitWise. If you're a business owner thinking about selling your company, whether that's now or years down the road, you need to know what your business is actually worth and how to maximize that exit. That's exactly what ExitWise does. They help you prepare, position, and ultimately sell your business by assembling a world-class team of M&A experts around you, guiding you from valuation all the way through closing. If you want to know what your business is really worth and how to increase that number before you sell, go check out exitwise.com and get ahead of it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Big Hitters Podcast in the Builder's Bible. I'm joined by David Hirst. David, you've been popping up on my feed, man, and you are a serial guy. Clearly, you're tied in with the blue-collar space. You have your own podcast, and I can tell you are influencing men in a good way in this space, man. Tell us what you're up to, man. Tell us about all the things, because I'm excited to pick your brain.
Well, I got a lot going on. Just trying to keep up with it every day, right? So we have Deer Services as our main brand that I built. I started in 2014. It was Deer Electric at the time. We were building new construction and retrofits in commercial. Came from the commercial space and built that company. Then in 2017, started switching it to a residential service company, and that was the best decision I ever made. Turned it from new construct, excuse me, new construction over to a service-based business. We've scaled that 50 plus trucks on the road, making that happen. And as a not in the office owner anymore, I'm not there often. I show up maybe once a week. There's many weeks go by where I don't even go into the office anymore. They don't need me. My team is phenomenal. I have the best team on earth, frankly. They're growing and scaling the business without the ownership, setting up the systems and the processes to make that happen has always been my dream and to figure it out. So we've scaled that one. Now we're scaling high energy electric in Spokane, doing the same plan, same exact mission. We're going to do it faster, better, with a different leadership team and a different group over there. And then I have Blue Collar Freedom. Blue Collar Freedom is our mentor group that we work with other businesses and help them scale and grow their other electrical, plumbing, HVAC businesses. And we're just helping the blue collar space a lot. It's been a lot of fun. It's been when I started stepping away from my business, I realized that I had a void of being able to still help people because I loved helping the tradesmen inside my own business. So I had that void I needed to fill for me and my personal, like, I love helping people. Like, it's just always been what fires me up. And so I'm here in Vegas, as you can see by the background, pretty obvious. Vegas is not my home. I'm visiting one of my partners in the Vegas area and hanging out with him for a couple of days and just out here having a good time, playing a little golf, do that.
By business partner, do you mean roll up? Are you buying stuff and rolling it up?
We're not buying yet. We are doing roll ups and different things, different groups. So
I love that, man.
I'm also part of the platform partners, so I help them out with different things as well. So yeah, they've been great for me.
It's cool, man. Like, the further I get into the blue collar space, it's interesting. So people are starting to do that themselves. Like, I talked to Victor and his team; they're doing that.
I've helped him with a couple. Bring some of his people on. He's a great guy. He's really changed himself, right? So the Victor we all knew 5 years ago was a different Victor than we know today, which is really nice to see that change happen.
That's cool.
Really cool. He's been a great dude to get to know.
So let's talk about blue collar freedom, man. That is my heart, man. God told me to create freedom for business owners. And when you say freedom and when someone else thinks the word freedom, we might be talking about different things. So what do you mean by freedom?
Well, freedom for me and what I'm going for in business owners is helping them be able to step away from the operation, right? And actually own their business, not the business own them, right? That's the main focus of blue collar freedom, is help them build the processes, the procedures that actually give them the space that they deserve, stepping back from their business. Now, if you only have a $1 million business, $2 million business, you're not there yet. You got to be in the grind. Like, you got to grind this out to where we can scale it and then be able to step you back. But the thing that a lot of business owners, and I was one, at around $3 million, I tried to step back. I actually moved my family thinking I got this thing under control and figured out. I moved my family to Phoenix, Arizona, and I was only going to go back to Seattle one week a month. And that was when I was about a $3 million shop. I'm like, I got this. It's fine. It'll just run itself. Ran it right into the ground. That was in 2019, 18, end of 18 is when we did that. It lasted about 3 to 4 months to where I really got to do that. And then after that, the next 6 months I spent living in an apartment back in Seattle while my family was in Phoenix for the last of the year. And then we moved back. So I've tried it. I've done it. I've made the mistakes I'm trying to help business owners not make a lot of the mistakes I made. I made a lot of really big mistakes and, trying to save people those years of headaches.
So when I talk to guys about freedom, obviously systems, right? I think about like implementing something like an EOS or something to create some systems. I think cheat code for a blue collar guy is an executive assistant overseas. I don't understand why it's not more prevalent. I don't know how I would live without mine. Automating, routine elements of your business with AI or, even freeing up your time by getting an AI receptionist? What are some other hacks or things that you?
I mean, those are exactly what I would recommend. Like that stack, what you just talked about, the AI, making sure that you're like, I'm working with some guys now that are setting up AI assistants that are no longer even using the overseas assistant for
Yep.
that side of things. It's like,
Yep.
dude, if you don't have somebody backing you up constantly as a
Yes.
executive level,
Yes.
you just can't keep up. Like you just can't
Preach.
keep up.
I'll just shut up. Keep talking.
Yeah, I mean, it just you physically, especially if you're going to go somewhere quickly and put yourself out there in this public space. If you're just going to go as I'm going to go build my business and my business only, and you want to like just focus on your plumbing business, we'll just use right. Then maybe you don't need an executive assistant out and overseas. You just need somebody in your office that helps you. That's maybe has another task. But if you're going to get really serious about scaling, growing, and opening up your personal brand, which is something I spent the last year, like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put more energy into my personal brand so that people know who I am. They've seen me over the time, but now it's time to actually say, this is David Hirst out here. This is what I've done, and these are the businesses that I'm helping. These are the businesses owners that I've helped change their lives. Like I've traveled around now to, I mean, too many states, frankly, a lot of them, and helped implement electrical systems into their HVAC businesses, into their plumbing businesses, and just literally rubber stamping it and adding EBITDA to the bottom line. That some of these business owners are like, at the end of the year, they call me, they're like, dude, we would be half the EBITDA we were if we had not started electrical at the beginning of this year. Because electrical is such an easy bolt-on to an HVAC business, just like HVAC is a fairly easy bolt-on to an electrical business in the right markets because they complement each other so well.
Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting to me. When I first started this podcast, I was going after plumbers, and all the plumbers are doing HVAC and vice versa. And it's like, I have a buddy here, and I'm a financial advisor by trade, so I'm ignorant. I'm naive about this stuff. But now I have a master's degree thanks to this podcast. And my $6 million HVAC buddy out here, he's like, we do light plumbing. And I'm like, what does that even mean, light plumbing? But they all start to kind of veer into each other's lanes. But it seems to me that there's always like one thing that kind of leads the train. Like they started as a plumber, and their electrical services is not quite as buttoned up. But it is interesting to me that some of them are just trying to take on all the home services at once. And maybe that's just a sign that there's such an opportunity in the home services space. I don't know.
Well, there is such an opportunity. The thing that needs to happen though, and I made the mistake early of adding literally the same month I added plumbing and HVAC to my electrical business. And we were $2 million electrical business. And we had no business adding those other two trades. But I'm like, no, this is what we have to do. We got to just expand. We got to expand. If you don't have your systems, your fundamentals, your processes in place, and you haven't scaled what you're already doing in your trade that you know and understand, this is where it goes wrong. People go and try to get into these other trades too quickly, and it will slow your overall company growth unless you have the liquid cash sitting in the bank to withstand the constant mistakes that you're going to make while you're learning this new trade. Because your leadership has to learn the new trade, your systems have to learn the new trade, your processes. It's cheaper to bring in if you're going to go add an HVAC business, it's cheaper to bring in an expert in HVAC to train your people how to turn your electrical leads into HVAC leads, and like very cheap to bring that person in at the overall cost so that you're not losing opportunities. Bring in the right systems for production, for sales, for communication. Like bring that consultant in that set that up so that you can scale it and turn it on and run. Instead of what I did, and that was, I'm going to get on Indeed, I'm going to find a plumber, I'm going to find a HVAC tech that tells me they know how to do it. I'm going to go market on pay-per-click. This is the common mistake, and I made it, and I did it, so I know how to like not do it again. And that is, I went on, Indeed, got a plumber, hired him. He's now my assigned plumber. I'm good to go. We're going to go plumb. Well, he was somebody that somebody else fired for a reason. Right? Yeah. Like he was somebody else's problem, and I brought him on and just to bring myself drama. And now he's one of anything is very dangerous in any business. Right? And he's my only plumber, and so he's got the big weight, and I'm like
Hold on, say that again. I thought that was really good. One of anything in any business is a problem. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, one of anything in any business is a massive problem because you have no replacement, you have no backup, you have no safety net. And the problem without a safety net is you're just so much risk to there was times when I had to let a plumber go or an HVAC tech, and we had only one of them in the business. We would instantly have to go sub our work out. And then, well, now a new brand is showing up in the customer's home. Now this would be shutting all your leads off. You'd be freaking out because now you can't replace them. Well, good tradesmen are not the easiest to find, right? Like, yes, recruiting is important and we recruit every day, constantly, nonstop. Even then we were recruiting nonstop, always hiring, always be hiring, right? And what happens is you get this idea of, I'm going to go add this in. I just need to hire 2 techs or 1 tech and we can go install it and we can go do this. And we'll just kind of start slowly building that department. Well, you've got the one guy and you're now in a stranglehold by this one guy's decisions, good or bad, because you have to complete the job. He walks off a job. Who's going to go finish it for you? And if you don't have those backups, like, that's why one of anything in a business is super dangerous. It's just, one CSR, she calls out sick. What are you going to do? You better have AI phone answering going on.
Yeah.
Right. Like you better have the processes in order to be successful when these things, because it's inevitable. Somebody's going to call it sick. It's inevitable that somebody's going to quit on you. It's inevitable that a family thing in their life is going to happen and they need some time.
Yep.
And so these are real, and we want the people to have space, right? Like we want these are our human capital, which is so important to the business. It's the most important asset. It's the most important asset we have as our humans in every business.
Amen, dude. I'm and put me on some game on recruiting. And dude, if you have a good recruiting agency, I would kill for a contact because it comes up every freaking podcast. And if I had a recruiting agency that I could flip people to, we would be cleaning up. But
has everybody checked out Brandon Vaughn and HireBus? He's got it going on.
Brandon Vaughn and HireBus.
Yeah, you should check him out.
Boom. That's what I needed right there. I've been looking for a solid.
He is doing a great job. He's got some really cool stuff going. Him and I've been working together on a couple other projects as well. He's got it going on.
I'm gonna ask you to connect us because, dude, what comes up on the show, Dave, is I'm sure you do as you meet blue collar guys. Like, I just listen on the pod. I'm like, what does this guy need, Lord? I just like kind of listen, and skilled labor every freaking time. And so if you have some insight as to what you've done to recruit them, retain them, incentivize them, throw us on some game there, because I think that is, typically the pain point, for the blue collar space.
Well, retaining is a culture thing, right? So let's go to retention first. Retention is the most important part because, frankly, you can acquire new talent, and that's good, and it's expensive, and it's like good. But when you lose quality talent, you lose all of your training dollars, you lose all of the experience that they've been in your business with, and you lose it at the cost of now you have to replace them. In 2000, and when I really started focusing on retention, it was 2022 range, where I said, okay, I'm tired of replacing people. This sucks. Our company culture, as I am a very driven individual, hoorah, rah, we're going this way, get on the bus or get off because I'm going that way. That was me as the leader, right? And I was an aggressive forward, like a bull in a china hutch. Like, I didn't care. That's the direction we're going. We're scaling, we're pushing. If guys wanted to join, they did. And then what you did is the guys wanted to join because they have a strong leader. But what happened is, in that process, from time to time, I would wear them out because I was so constantly like, well, why don't you work as many hours as me? Why don't you do this? Like, that was my mindset. It killed our culture. It was great when they were started. And then a few weeks or months in, sometimes a year, they would start instantly like falling off. And I'm like, well, they just can't keep up. Like, what's wrong with everybody else? And it was 100% me. So I went and got some coaches, some counseling, like, understand what I'm doing wrong. Now, David, you got to change the way you're building your culture. You got to build that culture around them, not around you.
Yeah.
And so I switched it. Now all of our cultures are all about our people. We give more time off. Like time off is something we give a lot. Like I got people on 4 weeks plus 4 weeks vacation plus a week of PTO plus a
You're going European with your time off, man.
because what I learned is if we give them the time, now we get our time back, right? So when they're in our shop and they're working, they're all in, because that's one of our core values is all in.
Yeah.
Right. And getting them to buy in when they're here, but when they take the hat off, the Deer Services hat or the high energy hat, and they set it on the table and they get out of their van and they go see their family, I want them to take it off, put it away. I don't want that carryover for my team. And what that does is it allows them to go have a life outside of this life, right? I'm just trying to build a culture where they have fun every day, enjoy it. And yes, it's still work. Work is a 4-letter word. And none of us, even myself on Monday morning, are like, yeah, I can't wait to get to the office. Like I know I love it. And my team always just say, they're like, man, when you come around here, there's so much energy. It's because I manufacture that energy every morning. Like every morning I manufacture my energy and I bring it to the team so that they have it and they can take it. They can grab that energy, hook onto it, because there's lots of it for everybody. And so that inner focus on your culture, making sure there's incentives for your team to stay, and for them to retention recruiting is how we do it. So we don't give hiring bonuses. We give retention bonuses. So if you bring somebody on to our team, your retention bonus is like $10,000 over a year or 18 months, something like that.
Yeah. David, what's your soapbox recently? I mean, I know you've been at this for a while. You have your business, you're doing the podcast. Like, I know I get on these streaks where I'm really like waving my flag high on something. Like, what is it for you right now? What are you fired up about?
Honestly, I'm really fired up about culture. Like that's 100% because it's changed the whole life for me. It's given me my life back by giving my team their life and their ability to have an awesome culture that we have at Deer Services and our other locations. Like that culture win has given me, the owner, back my life. We have culture event once a month. Yes, the teams have to hit their targets and they hit their goals. And then we go out to Top Golf. We go out to Dave and Buster's. We go out. And as a team, we're going out and having a blast. The company picks up the food, the stuff. We give them some tokens or whatever it is. And we go have fun. And we bring sometimes the team, sometimes their families. Not every time can we bring the families. Depends on the size of what we got going on. But we want their family to be involved in a lot of it. We want the team to get to know each other outside of the, like, we're swinging a hammer, getting it done. And that culture has kept them together, right? So that when something goes a little south, they're like, hey, dude, you're having a bad week, you're having a bad month. Like, let's just keep our head in the game, and we're in because we're a team, right? We, the whole group, are a team. And so that's been the number one thing for me over the last couple of years. And I'm on my soapbox like every day about it. I'll protect my culture at all costs. And I mean, literally all costs. We did 4 years ago, we started our Employee of the Month dinner. We do it once a year annually. We had 3 of the 12 employees 4 years ago at the Employee of the Month dinner because that's all we had left. Basically, if you got an Employee of the Month, there was a retention going to be like a problem. We were going to have a turnover. It was almost a curse. Now, this last Employee of the Month, which we did in January, we had 13 because we had like a catastrophic thing in December happen. And we actually decided to pick 2 Employee of the Months because we just could not decide. There was such exceptional things happening. We elevated 2 people to that in December. We had every single one of our people there. That's been our retention.
That's so cool.
Culture change. Yeah, it took a couple of years and it took time. Culture doesn't shift overnight. It's a super focused, planned, and designed thing you have to do within your business.
Amen. What are some simple ways? Maybe I'm a $3 million plumber, or maybe I'm, I talk to so many of these guys, 1 to 5 million, and just hitting the glass ceiling.
Over $1 million.
Yep. What are the small 1 or 2 things I can do to implement some culture stuff?
Instantly make your people the most important. So maybe you can't afford big, long time offs yet. You don't have the scale and the volume to be able to do that and the people to cover. So first things, always have rewards, and your financial rewards. So my team has commissions, setups, bonuses, spiffs, all of those. Those are great. They're not what keep your people. What keeps your people is them buying into the mission, right? And how do you get them to buy into the mission? Well, you have to create the mission so clear and concise and big that it includes them and you. That's step one. What I can do physically right away, I would start an event either monthly or quarterly. It might be quarterly for you because at the size you're at, where quarterly we're getting, especially if I'm only $1 million to $3 million, I probably only have under 10, maybe 15 people.
For sure. Yeah.
In my company. I'm inviting them and their families to go do something fun quarterly. Because if you can get the family to buy into the business with the employee, man, you have a lifer. Like you have a lifelong person that's going to join you and want to grow with you. And I think that's probably the most important part is you want employees and teammates in your business that want to grow with you. I have multiple examples of people in my company that, one, my warehouse driver is now making well over $500,000 a year. He started 5 years ago as a warehouse driver, and now he's one of our top sales guys in our business.
That's so cool.
And his W-2s just blow me away. I love it. It just excites the hell out of me.
That's awesome.
You hired this guy. I hired this guy under $20 an hour. He was bussing tables.
That's really cool.
I mean, there's a lot of that. Now that didn't happen in 6 months. That didn't happen in a year. It took 5 years of him grinding, him believing in the vision, me coaching him. We made him a plumbing apprentice. He went through that process, and we stepped it up. And we said, look, it'll take time, but we'll get you to where you've never made money like you're going to make. But you got to commit to going to college with me. I'll pay you through. And he did. And he's like, I'll never go anywhere. I love working for you.
That's cool.
My life, my family, my kids, everything.
What do you feel like? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What's your guys' biggest challenge right now that you're facing?
I think honestly at the business is finding that next level. We're deciding right now on what 27's, like we already got 26 mapped out, right? We're in 26. We've got it dialed in. Are we going to switch the end of the year to another massive scale year, kind of planning? We're already starting to we're looking so far ahead at Deere right now. Is 27, 28 look like we're going to bunker down and just like scale like crazy? We took 2 years and we said we're only going to grow at 10 to 20%, which is not exponential growth. It's healthy growth. But what we did is we put massive EBITDA to our bottom line. So we got super profit centric for the last 2 years. And it's been just game changing for me as the owner. I can step back and let my business run. It's got the cash. And I don't know if you've gone back and looked far enough, Andrew, in like my business in Seattle got flooded in December. We had 4.5 feet of water in our warehouse, and it came over a riverbank, and it came really fast. Dang. And our whole facility, everything, completely trashed. So we're about 90 days away from being completely moved back in. So right now we're at 2 different locations. If I didn't have the company I had and the cash and all of that at the time, we would be in a devastating position because the insurance hasn't picked up $1 yet.
Damn.
So, that's been a real thing, right? To go through, to walk through. It's been a real challenge. So coming out of that, now we're trying to determine, okay, and we knew we had to get super focused this year. We have to stay profitable. We have to get through this drama, and we just have to get very dialed in so that we can pay cash to fix this problem, right? Because I don't want to go get a loan. Like there's loans on a lot of things like vans and that's all healthy debt. I don't want just stupid debt. So I don't want to carry it. So I was like, hey, we have to pay cash for this. It's going to be a $500,000 build out by the time we're done and getting everything closed up. So it's been a cash heavy experience.
Remind me, I will come back to that after the podcast. I want to talk more about that. What's something we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up?
Well, there's a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
There's a lot, but I would say the main thing we need to discuss, frankly, is having the right. I believe in everybody having a coach. I have coaches. I have many coaches, mentors. You don't have to pay for them, even if it's just a phone call and somebody you can text and get a hold of that's at where you're trying to go. Right. And that's one of the things that I really believe in. People need to go and find their spiritual mentor. They need to find their business mentor if you're looking for business growth, which this podcast is about. And then you need to find like if you need a marriage mentor, find one. Like if you're struggling in that world, make sure that you're finding people that have, and I wouldn't go find a marriage mentor that is only been married 12 months or 18 months. Like find somebody who's been, like my wife and I are now 20 years this October. And that doesn't happen by accident, right? Like you don't just fall into that. You plan it. We've been through good and bad days, and making sure that you're getting the people on your side that are going to give you real advice.
I love that. I've talked to a lot of coaches. I mean, what's really cool about this space, because there's so much money infusing this space, there's so much, I think there's a lot of guys have more vision, for where they want to be. It's almost kind of in a weird way, an unsexy trade space has become really sexy, and there's so much energy. The way I got onto this was through Rise Up Kings, which, has changed my life. I love those guys. It's a coaching personal development organization, but half the guys in there are blue collar guys. So there's such an ethos and a culture in the trades now of guys wanting to level up, of wanting their life to matter, of wanting to, create generational wealth. And it's really cool. I love the energy that I'm seeing. And there's so many resources, like you said, man. There's podcasts. I was looking yesterday, there's like 12 HVAC podcasts. That's crazy. Like why are there so many? Yeah. So it's insane how many resources there are. And I love that word. Get a coach, get a mentor, get somebody who's at where you want to be to help you level up. Is that something you offer?
Yeah. I mean, at Blue Collar Freedom, we have coaching, we have consulting, and we've got a great program really helping businesses grow and scale their businesses and really get focused on what matters. Helping them implement the systems and get them free of the daily grind at a certain point. What you can't expect is I'm under $1 million company and I'm going to be out in 1 year. Like it's just unrealistic. You got to get it to scale first.
Yeah. I love that. Where can people find out more about that if they're interested?
Yeah. I mean, check us out, bluecollarfreedom.com. You can check us there. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, all that, David Hirst, or I think it's the David Hirst on Instagram. I'm on all of them. Hit me up, guys. Message me. I'm here to help you any way I can help you guys. Yeah,
David, would you trades? I'd like to talk a little bit about that afterwards. But David, will you just kick everyone's butt and tell them why they all need to get an executive assistant? I need you to just plug it for me because I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to convince some guys to do it, and they're just not buying in. I don't know what else I can say.
I mean, frankly, guys, if you want your life back, you have to have somebody getting the tasks done for you. Like it's just that simple. Like if you want your life back, get somebody to handle the tasks. The smaller, easier tasks. Don't be afraid to do it. There's all the safety nets, all the stuff that you're afraid to give them the information. Like there's all of that safe. So just stop giving yourself excuses why not to.
Yeah, that's great, man. Well, thank you, David, so much for coming on the podcast. Don't go anywhere because I want to keep talking. Anything else before we hop off?
Yeah, Andrew, this has been a blast. Thanks for having me on here. I love getting on these and serving everybody's audience in any way I possibly can. Really, really appreciate you. I love that you put this energy into this. It's really cool that you do this. So everybody who's listening, you're blessed by Andrew's effort to consistently make this happen. So
I appreciate that, man. I believe God's doing something special in the blue collar space. So I'm just trying to go where God's moving, man. That's all I'm doing. So
wonderful.
I love it, dude. Thank you so much.